Hello boys and girls, a very good evening and welcome to the SBI PO Free Academy brought to you by TalentSprint. Well, in this session today, we will be discussing some of the questions that were asked in the reasoning ability section of our All India Mock SBI PO Preliminary Examination that was conducted last week. But before we start doing that, let me quickly get an update from all of you on your preparation, right? You all know that the SBI PO preliminary examination is scheduled to start from the 29th of April, which is exactly 1 month away from today. So I think the countdown has begun. You have 30 days left for the first lot of your SBI PO preliminary examination. And I hope your preparation is in full swing, right? Ideally, you must have done your learning part by now, or if you haven't done it already, make sure that you learn all the concepts, techniques, shortcuts, and smart methods of answering questions from all the different subjects there, right? Be it quantitative aptitude or reasoning ability or English language. And then in the remaining time before your examination, you must just keep practicing, right? Preparation for any competitive examination, especially for bank exams which are highly competitive, is in two parts, right? The learning part and the practice part. While you practice from day one, the learning part has to be completed at the earliest possible. And practice will go on till you actually go for your final examination. All right. So I hope your preparation is in the highest gear possible, right? And you are giving as much time as possible every day so that you boost your chances of selection. On the other hand, there's another good news that a new notification, recruitment notification has come up. This is from NICL for the recruitment of administrative officers, right? There are 200 posts, 205 posts to be precise, for the administrative officer's profile or role in NICL, right? The application starts tomorrow, which is 30th of March. So I think you must give a shot in this exam as well, because if you go through the notification, you will find out that the scheme of examination or the examination pattern is exactly same as the SBI PO exam, right? I mean, phase 1, which is the preliminary examination, phase 2, a mains exam, which involves two parts, objective test and a descriptive test, right? Of course, the main examination will have a computer knowledge section here, which is not there in SBI PO exam, but then otherwise it is largely the same. So this is another chance for all of you to, start your career in your dream bank job or in one of the government organizations, right? So that's about it. I think I can see that a lot of you have joined the chat here, right? For the benefit of those who have joined in these kind of live sessions for the first time, let me mention that there is a chat box available right beside the video, which you can use to interact with us. So how is your preparation going was the question, right? How well prepared are you for the SBI PO exam, right? Like I mentioned, the countdown has begun, right? 30 days to go, and hope you're all doing well, right? Nayan Agarwal has posted a question that do we have the flexibility to see all questions in a single glance in SBI PO instead of clicking next button? Well, yes. As far as I know about the interface, we have an option to throw a glance at all the questions. Of course, you cannot see all the questions in one glance, but yes, there's a way where you can just scroll down in a long form fashion and get to see all the questions, right? This option is usually below the question palette, right? I mean, if you know about the interface of SBI or IBPS exams, there is a question palette on the right hand side, which indicates, which uses some color coding to indicate if you have answered a question or skipped a question or marked it for review, etc. So just below that, there are 4 buttons. One of those buttons will help you look at the entire paper in one shot. Okay. So there is a way. Make sure that you learn about it before you go for the actual exam. Okay, so how is your preparation? I think that was the question. It looks like not many. I mean, there are a lot of queries that are coming up on the chat, but are final year students eligible for NICL? Well, I think all the details are there. Notification. You can just go to that. Well, without wasting any time, let us get started now. So, like I mentioned, today's session is on reasoning ability, where we will solve questions that we asked in our All India mock exam conducted last week. So, what I'll do now is share the presentation with you all, and give you some time to write out. If you have not taken the all-India mock exam last weekend, don't worry. I'll show the questions again, give you appropriate time to try it out, and then discuss the solutions. Okay, so let's start. Sharing the screen now, and here we go. Wait just a second, let me pull out the. Yeah. So here we go. The first question from the reasoning ability section in the last weekend's earlier mock exam is on your screen now. Now this is from data interpretation. You can look at the directions. It says each of the questions below consists of a question and two statements numbered 1 and 2 given below it. You have to decide whether the data provided in the statements are sufficient to answer the question. Read both the statements and give answer. So there are 5 options given here. Option number 1 has to be the answer if the data in statement 1 alone are sufficient, while the data in statement 2 alone are not sufficient. Option 2 if statement 2 alone are sufficient. Option 3 if the data in either statement 1 alone or statement 2 alone are sufficient. Option 4 if both 1 and 2 together are not sufficient, and option 5 if both 1 and 2 together are necessary to answer the question. So standard options there. So here you can see the question is it 3 o'clock, right? The question is it 3 o'clock? 2 statements have been given to you. All you need to do is decide which of these statements is sufficient enough for you to arrive at the answer. I'll give you 1 minute for this, and your time starts now. I hope all of you are able to see the question on your screen properly. This is from data interpretation. Sorry, this is from data sufficiency, where we have a question followed by 2 statements. Find out which of these statements is enough to answer the given question. Okay, I can see some responses coming in here. Soham Chauhan has mentioned that this is too tough. So looks like he's not able to crack it. On the other hand, we have, Agnes Lemon, who's got option 4, which is the data in both statements 1 and 2 together are not sufficient to answer the question. Mona Lisa has got option 4 again, that data in both the statements are not sufficient. Nikunj Kumar Sahu has mentioned that he'll skip it. But I think data sufficiency is one topic where you don't have to, skip the questions. I mean, it can get tricky sometimes, but usually the questions are easy to solve, right? If you follow the right process, then you'll be able to solve the questions without any difficulty. And I'm sure this one is a typical one. I mean, it's not a direct application of what we see in some topics there, right? Okay, so more responses coming in. Swagato Banerjee says, I'll skip it in the exam. Vaishnavi says, I'll skip it. Mohit Sharma says, give the explanation. Well, we'll look at the explanation immediately now. And then we have Ramandeep, who's got option 4, which is both 1 and 2 together are not sufficient. And we have Shubham, who's got option 3. And Shubham says that either statement 1 alone or statement 2 alone are sufficient to answer the question. Then one more response coming in here from Bala, who's got option 1. So I think I've got a variety of answers for this question, right? Well, most of you have marked option 4, which says data in both the statements 1 and 2 together are not sufficient. I think there's one person who has got option 3, that either statement 1 alone or statement 2 alone is sufficient. And one person has got option 1, which says statement 1 alone is sufficient, and statement 2 alone is not sufficient. So let's look at the solution now, right? Very clearly, a lot of confusion here, and not many of you have answered. Most of you have mentioned that you'll skip it. So let's look at it. The question here says, is it 3 o'clock? Is it 3 o'clock? Now, these type of questions, or this particular question type from data sufficiency is very important, and it is actually a little tricky. The reason here is that the question starts with the word is. Now understand, anything that starts with is, was, will have two possible answers. Either the answer is yes, or the answer will be no. You understand? The question says, is it 3 o'clock? Just try and understand. If somebody is asking you, or somebody's asked you, is it 3 o'clock? What would you say? Logically, you will say either yes or no. Like if somebody says, is it 3 o'clock? I would look at my watch and say yes or no. I mean, it's a different story that we actually end up giving the right time. Like for example, if somebody says, is it 3 o'clock? I can say no, it's 6:15. But I actually don't have to say that it is 6:15. I can say no. No is the correct answer, right? Is it 3 o'clock now? No. The answer is no. And understand that no is actually a correct answer to this question. No does not mean that the answer is wrong. No means that the answer for this question is no. You're getting it? For a question that starts with is or was, there are only two possible answers, yes or no. So you just need to focus on this now, right? Look at the statements independently and find out if the statement is letting you arrive at yes or no. Alright? I repeat myself, no is a correct answer to this question. No can be a correct answer to this question, right? No does not mean that answer cannot be obtained. No means that the answer is no. Right? Like answer can be yes, answer can be no. So let's look at the statement and understand this. Now see what statement one says. I am looking at my alarm watch on morning, right? Or in morning, whatever. From this moment on, so from this moment on, the hour hand will take exactly 200% longer than the minute hand takes to reach the number 6. I'm looking at my alarm watch in the morning. Now from this moment, when I'm looking at the watch, the hour hand will take exactly 200% longer. Exactly 200% longer. Means what? The hour hand will take 2 times longer than the minute hand to reach the number 6. Now, how do you verify? How do you verify whether this statement is sufficient to get the answer or not? Just look at this. Like for example, an easier way to verify this would be maybe look at your watch. Let's assume that it is actually 3 o'clock now. Right? For a moment, let's assume that it is 3 o'clock. So what happens at 3 o'clock? 3 a.m. or 3 p.m. Of course, it is morning, so it should be 3 a.m. But then that does not matter. A.m. or p.m. does not matter, right? So here it is 3. This is 12. A typical watch there, right? So the hour hand is pointing towards 3, and the minute hand is pointing at 12. Now he says let's assume if it is 3 o'clock, what happens from this moment? According to the data, from this moment, the hour hand will take exactly 200% longer than the minute hand to reach number 6. Now understand, how much time will the minute hand take to reach the number 6? The minute hand is at 12. The minute hand is at 12. For the minute hand to reach the number 6, it would take how much time? 30 minutes. Yes or no? For the minute hand to reach number 6, it would take 30 minutes. For the hour hand, which is pointing at 3, for it to reach number 6, how much time it would take? It will take 3 hours. It will take 3 hours. You getting it? The minute hand will take 30 minutes to reach number 6, while the hour hand will take 3 hours to reach number 6. The point here says that the minute hand, the hour hand, will take exactly 200% longer. 200% longer means what? It will take like if the minute hand takes x minutes, the hour hand will take 3x minutes. You're getting it? It's like minute hand and hour hand are two persons. Let's say it's like person A, hour hand is like person A, and minute hand is like person B. So the point that statement 1 is trying to make is, if B takes x minutes to reach 6, then A takes 3x minutes to reach 6. 3x minutes to reach 6. Right? This is what precisely statement 1 mentions, right? If B is nothing but the minute hand. If the minute hand takes x minutes to reach the number 6, then the hour hand will take 3x minutes to reach the number 6. So it has taken 2x times longer, right? 2x times longer, right? X to 3x. How much time? 2x longer. 2x is like 200%, right? You understand? 200% means 2 times more. 2 times more than the minute hand. So if the minute hand takes x minutes, hour hand will take 3x minutes. But we know that if it was actually 3 o'clock in the morning at that time, the minute hand takes 30 minutes and hour hand will take 3 hours to reach the number 6. So is it 3x times? No. 30 minutes and 3 hours is like 180 minutes. Is it 3x times? No, it is 6x. You're getting it? 30 minutes and 180 minutes. What's the relationship? 6x. But what are we looking at? We are looking at 3x. So clearly, it is not 3 o'clock. Understand, at this instance, I mean, what did we assume? We assume that if it is 3 o'clock, what would be the scenario? If it is 3 o'clock, then the hour hand will take 6x than the minute hand. But the data says that the hour hand takes 3x than the minute hand. So clearly it is not 3 o'clock, right? So from this, we can come to a conclusion that it is not 3 o'clock. Now this is the tricky part. Because it is not 3 o'clock, can I say the answer is no? Understand, the question was what? The question was, is it 3 o'clock? No, it's not 3 o'clock. I am able to answer the question. Understand, I am able to answer the question using the data given in statement 1. Are you able to follow? Using the data given in statement 1, we are able to answer the question. Answer is no, that's a different story, but we are able to answer the question, right? So is it 3 o'clock? No, it's not 3 o'clock. How are we able to say it's not 3 o'clock? Based on the data given in statement 1. So I can say that statement 1 alone is sufficient. Statement 1 alone is sufficient to answer the question. However, before marking that the answer, you have to look at statement 2 as well. Right? Remember, in data sufficiency, never mark the answer without verifying all the statements. So far, we have verified only one statement. So now you have to verify the other statements as well, right? Second statement as well. So look at the second statement now. It says, I am looking at my alarm clock in the morning. From this moment on, the hour hand will turn an angle from its position, which is exactly 1/12 of the angle turned by the minute hand to reach the next hour. So similar to the previous statement, the previous statement was with respect to time. The second statement is with respect to the angle, right? So he says from this moment, the hour hand will turn an angle which is exactly 1/12 of the angle turned by the minute hand. You getting it? If the minute hand turns by, let's say, x degrees, the hour hand will turn by x by 12 degrees. It will be 1/12 of the angle turned by minute hand. Now, if you try and understand this point, what do you see? Like for example, again, let us assume that it is 3 o'clock. It is actually 3 o'clock. I mean, see, if you have understood the point there, you can immediately say that this statement 2 alone is not sufficient. But let me give you the explanation behind that, right? So let's assume it is actually 3 o'clock. So the hour hand is at 3, the minute hand is at 12, right? Now, what are we talking about? We are talking about reaching the next hour. Like earlier, we were talking about reaching the number 6, right? Our point was to reach number 6. Now we want to reach the next hour. Next hour means what? From 3, we want to reach 4. So what happens? You have to reach 4. When you have to reach 4, the hour hand will move by how many degrees? 30 degrees. Yes or no? From 3 to 4. You know that between any two consecutive numbers in a clock, the angle is 30 degrees, right? So the hour hand will move by how many degrees? 30 degrees, right? The hour hand will move by 30 degrees. But the minute's hand will move by how many degrees? See, if it is 4 o'clock, the next hour, the minute hand will take one complete rotation, right? It will take a complete rotation, which means it has rotated by how many degrees? 360 degrees. 360 degrees. So clearly the hour hand 30 degrees is 1/12 of the minute hand 360 degrees. Yes or no? The hour hand 30 degrees is 1/12, right? 30 degrees or no by 12? 30 is 1/12 of 360. So is this statement applicable for 3 o'clock? Yes. According to the statement, the hour hand will move by 1/12 of the angle which is moved by the minute hand. So it is applicable. Does it mean that the statement 2 also is giving us the answer? Well, some of you may think yes, but there is a catch here. There is a tricky part involved. The trick or the trap here is the point which is mentioned in statement 2 is applicable not just for 3 o'clock, but for any time in the watch, for any for any time of the day. Like for example, instead of 3, let's assume that the time is 4. Let's assume the time is 4, which means the minute hand is at 12, the hour hand is at 4. Now again, to reach the next hour, which means at 5, to reach 5 a.m., the hour hand has to travel by how many degrees? 30 degrees, same 30 degrees. The minute hand has to travel by how many degrees? 360 degrees, which is also 1/12. Even if the time is, let's say, 2 o'clock, let's say the time is 2 o'clock, 2 a.m. To reach the next hour is what? 3 a.m. To reach the next hour, the hour hand has to travel by 30 degrees, minute hand has to travel by 360 degrees. So even in this case, the rotation of hour hand is 1/12 of the rotation of the minute hand. So the point that I'm trying to make is statement 2 is applicable not just for 3 o'clock, but for any hour of the day, whether it is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, it is always applicable. Because for the next, to reach the next hour, which means for you to travel 60 minutes, basically to go to the next hour, hour hand will always travel by 30 degrees, minute hand will travel by 360 degrees. So it is always going to be 1/12. So can we exactly say that it was 3 a.m.? No, it could be 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 2 a.m. Any time there is satisfying the given condition. So I am not able to answer the question using statement 2. Look at this. Read the question again. The question says, is it 3 o'clock? Can you say yes? No, you cannot say yes. Because if you say yes, it is 3 o'clock, I can say no, it was 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock is also possible. Can you say no? Can you say no, it is not 3 o'clock? No. How do you know it is not 3 o'clock? It could be 3 o'clock also. So the point is, there are multiple answers for statement 2. And we are not able to, answer the given question, which is it 3 o'clock? So statement 2 alone is not sufficient. Statement 2 alone is not sufficient. Hence, we say the answer to this question is option 1, which is that the data in statement 1 alone are sufficient, but the data in statement 2 alone are not sufficient. Right? Is it 3 o'clock? Yes or no are the possible answers. Remember, I repeat again the very important part here, that whenever a question starts with the word is, you need to understand this part, right? Whenever a question starts with is or was, the answers will be yes or no, right? There are two possible answers, yes or no. Most of the times what happens is we get stuck here. I mean, students I've seen get stuck here and end up saying that, answer is option 4. Why did you all say option 4? I'm sure most of you who have marked the answer as option 4 have actually realized this. Whatever you have realized is statement 1 and 2. But you got confused and you have marked the answer as option 4. You have marked the answer as option 4 because statement 1 was giving you no as the answer. And you thought no means what? The question cannot be answered. But remember, no is the correct answer. No is also a correct answer. Alright? So whenever a question starts with is or was, it's like true or false, right? Like for example, is Rahul Gandhi the Prime Minister of India? What's your answer? False. No. Now does it mean that you have not got the answer? You have got the answer. No is the answer to that question. False is the answer to that question. Right? So be careful when such questions are asked in data sufficiency. Now I hope all of you have followed this. If you can quickly let me know about your understanding, it will be great before we move to the next one. And I can look at the chat, right? Some of you feel that it is a difficult one and you should have ideally skipped it in the exam. But in my view, it's not really a difficult one. I mean, you will take about a minute or so to figure this out, but this is not something that you should skip. See, second part is very easy. Second statement is very easy. This is 30 degrees and that's always 360 degrees. So we will not be able to get the answer. The first part, again, like you have verified, you can verify it. So it will take about 45 seconds to 60 seconds, but not something that you should skip. Okay. Got it? Any confusions? Yeah, I can say a lot of you have confirmed that you have understood this, right? Ishwar, Abhishek, Mona Lisa, Sunil, Vaishnavi. Good, so we are ready to move to the next one, right? Let me present the next question to you all. Well, Ramandeep, Tanisha has just mentioned that please explain the option 2 again. Option 2 meaning statement 2, I'm sure. You don't mean option 2, you mean statement 2. Well, I'll quickly explain that, but don't worry, you can watch this video again to understand. I mean, that's the beauty of, that's the flexibility that we have in an online program, right? I mean, even if you look at TalentSprint's online programs, there are 964 videos for all the topics in quantitative aptitude, reasoning, English, general awareness, banking, etc. So, you don't have to worry even if you have not followed the video in once, right? You can watch it any number of times you want till you have understood the answer. Anyway, the statement 2 here simply says that for me to reach the next hour, for the clock to reach the next hour, the hour hand will travel 1/12 of the minute's hand. Now you know that any time of the day, like whether it's 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock, when the hour hand has to go to the next hour, it has to travel 30 degrees. And the minute hand has to travel 360 degrees. So it is always going to be 1/12. Hence, we cannot exactly find out what time it was in the watch, right? What time was it at that time, right? So that is the reason we are saying statement 2 alone is not sufficient. Okay, option 2 is the answer. Option 1 is the answer. That data in statement 1 alone is sufficient, and statement 2 is not sufficient. Let me quickly present the next one to you, right? I think we have spent enough time on this one. And here we go. The next question on your screens now. Okay, here's the next one. There's one more from data sufficiency. Let's try this. And same set of options, but look at the question here. It says, in which date is my birthday? Or basically, on which date is my birthday, right? I don't know if it should be in or on. But let's just understand the concept, right? In which date is my birthday? Statement 1 says, I celebrate my birthday after 15 days from my sister's original birthday in the month of August. Statement 2 says, my sister celebrates her official birthday in the month of August, where her date of birth has been given 15 days younger than the actual one. Looks like an easy one. I'll give you a minute to try this and your time starts now. Correct? Option 4. Many of you have got the answer already. I think Samrita Jain, Abhishek Gautam, Ramesh Reddy, Mohit Sharma, all these guys have marked option 4. Soham and Levin has marked option 5. Right? Whereas Naman says it's option 4. So I think the debate or the confusion is between option 4 and option 5, right? Soham Chauhan says 5 को lock कर दिया जाए. Well, lock तो कर देंगे, but don't expect any prize money out of this. Maybe you'll get +1 or -0.25. Yeah, 5, 4, 5, 4. Look at the chat, right? Mixed response, right? One says 4, the other says 5. Govind Raj has got 4. Dipen Singha has got option 5. Ramandeep has got 5. Sunil has got 4. Nikunj has got 5. Girish has got 5. Yeah. So a lot of confusion there. Let's take it up. I think time is up anyway. I thought this would be an easy one, but you guys seem to have got stuff. Okay. So the question here says, in which date is my birthday? Or basically, when is my birthday, right? On which date is my birthday? Statement 1. I celebrate my birthday after 15 days from my sister's original birthday in the month of August. Now, one very important process that you need to follow while answering questions from data sufficiency is that when you're looking at statement 1, only focus on statement 1. Never try to look at the data given in statement 2. Right? We first verify statement 1, then we verify statement 2. So when you are trying to verify statement 1, don't consider the data given in statement 2. And vice versa. When you are trying to look at statement 2, never keep what was given in statement 1 in your mind. Alright? So basically the process is as follows, right? First check statement 1 and then check statement 2. Either statement 1 alone can give the answer, or statement 2 alone can give the answer, or either 1 or 2 can give you the answer. There may be a possibility that after verifying both the statements, you come to know that 1 alone and 2 alone fail to give the answer. 1 does not give the answer and 2 also does not give the answer. Only in that case, you will go for a combination. And then check whether the combination can give you the answer or not. I mean, this process has been very clearly explained in our data sufficiency videos. You can refer to that. Let's start solving this now. So, in which date is my birthday? Statement 1. I celebrate my birthday after 15 days. After 15 days from my sister's original birthday in the month of August. Now, tell me if this statement is sufficient to give the answer. Statement 1 alone? No. Because my sister's birthday or original birthday, focus on the word original, right? This word original is important here. My sister's original birthday, right? I celebrate my birthday 15 days after my sister's original birthday in the month of August. So let's take an example. If sister's birthday is on 1st of August, my birthday will be on 16th of August after 15 days. If sister's birthday is on 2nd, it should be 15 days. This should be a gap of 15 days. So sister's birthday is on 1st, my birthday would be on 16th. Sister's birthday on 2nd, my birthday would be on 17th. Let's say sister's birthday is on 7th, then my birthday will be on 22nd. Able to follow? After 15 days, always after 15 days. There is a gap of 15 days between my birthday and sister's birthday. So the point is, statement 1 alone is unable to give us the answer because I have to find out when is my birthday. Now my birthday can be on 16th or 17th or 22nd. Many possibilities are there, right? Many possibilities are there. Are we able to answer the question exactly? No. There are different possible answers and we don't know what exactly is the answer. So statement 1 alone is not sufficient, right? Clearly statement 1 alone is not sufficient. Now go for statement 2 alone. And remember, when you are looking at statement 2 alone, you don't have to consider the data given in statement 1. Forget about what was given in statement 1. Now statement 2 says, my sister celebrates her official birthday in the month of August, where her date of birth has been given 15 days younger than the actual one. Just look at the question and statement 2. Don't keep statement 1 in mind. Just look at the question and statement 2. What is the question? The question is, on which day is my birthday? When is my birthday? When is my birthday? The data given to us is, my sister celebrates her official birthday in the month of August, where her date of birth has been given 15 days younger than the actual one. Now, how on planet can somebody answer this question based on the data given here? Not possible, right? I'm asking you to find out my birthday. When is my birthday? And the data I give you is that my sister celebrates her official birthday in the month of August, where her date of birth is 15 days younger than the actual one. I can't answer this, right? How can I answer my birthday based on the data given on my sister's birthday? You're able to follow? So statement 2 alone is also not sufficient. So 1 is not sufficient, 2 is not sufficient. Now when independently the statements fail to give the answer, you have to go for the combination. Now you will combine both the statements together. You combine both the statements together and see if the combination can give you the answer. See, already option 1, option 2 and option 3 are eliminated. Only statement 1 alone sufficient? No. Only statement 2 alone sufficient? No. Either 1 or 2? No. Either the answer now will be option 4 or option 5. Both of them together can give you the answer, or both of them together also may not give you the answer. So based on that, you take 4 or 5. Now combine the data. If you combine the data, there are 2 points available to you. One is that I will celebrate my birthday after 15 days from my sister's original birthday. And my sister celebrates her official birthday. Now look at the second point here. My sister celebrates her official birthday in the month of August, where her date of birth has been given 15 days younger than the actual one. Understand that this actual and original are same. He's referring to the original birthday here, right? And the second statement he talks about the actual one. So actual one and original one means the same, right? The actual birthday and original birthday. So there are 2 types of birthdays for the sister here. One is the original birthday or the actual birthday. The other one is the official birthday, right? The other one is the official birthday. You have to be very clear with this, right? Other is the official birthday. The official birthday. So now try to connect the dots. What does it say? I celebrate my birthday after 15 days of my sister's original birthday, and my sister's official birthday is 15 days less than the original birthday. Right? So let's assume, if I have to put this in terms of equations, I hope all of you have followed this. By now you should come to a conclusion that both the statements together will give you the answer. Right? The correct answer to this question will be option 5. That I can use the data in both the statements together and answer the question. Let me explain you how. You don't have to do any paperwork when you solve it, but for the sake of explanation, I'll have to write some steps. So let's assume, sister's original birthday. Sister's original birthday. Original birthday is on X, right? Or let's say original birthday is X. Then sister's official birthday. Sister's official birthday is equal to Y. And my birthday is, let's say Z. These are the dates, right? And all 3 are pertaining to August, right? In statement 1, he is mentioned August. Statement 2 also is mentioned August. So try and understand this now. Okay. Now, according to statement 1, I celebrate my birthday after 15 days from my sister's original birthday, which means Z should be equal to X plus 15, right? Then statement 2 says my sister celebrates her official birthday, which is Y, in the month of August, where her date of birth has been given 15 days younger than the actual one. So Y is equal to X minus 15, right? Official birthday is 15 days younger than the actual one. 15 days younger than the actual one means what? Actual birthday is on, let's say, some date X. The official birthday is X minus 15. So these are the 2 points given to us. Now, as such, there are only 2 statements, 2 equations with 3 variables, X, Y, and Z. X, Y, and Z. But there is a hidden point available in the data here. What is that hidden point? It is about the month of August. See, he is clearly mentioned in statement 1 that I celebrate my birthday after 15 days from my sister's original birthday in the month of August. I celebrate my birthday in the month of August. Right? So clearly this guy's birthday is in the month of August and sister's birthday is also in August. Right? So the other point that we know is the values of X, Y, or Z cannot be more than, it will be in the range of 1 to 31. Right? X, Y, and Z or X, Y, and Z will belong from 1 to 31 because August has got 31 days. So don't just say that 2 equations are there with 3 unknowns, hence answer cannot be determined, right? You cannot solve the equations. Answer may be, maybe we can determine answer. So let's quickly check that. See, try to just take an example. Like for example, let's assume that my sister celebrates her official birthday in the month of August, where her date of birth has been given as 3 days younger than the actual one. So let's say Y is equal to 16. I'm just giving the example to understand this, right? X equals to 16, right? Let's just consider X equals to 16. X equals to 16 implies what will be the value of Y? Y is equal to 16 minus 15, 1. And what will be the value of Z? What will be the value of Z? Understand, Z will be equal to what? Z is X plus 15. 16 plus 15, 31. You're able to follow? I think this is the only possible combination which will satisfy these 2 equations. We're talking about 2 equations. Of course, the third point that we know is X, Y, and Z. All these 3 belong to the range of 1 to 31. They'll be between 1 to 31. So the original birthday of the sister has to be on 16th, where Y, the official birthday becomes on 1st, and according to that, my birthday will become on 31st. Will come on 31st. Will fall on 31st. This is the only possibility. Let's try to take some other value and see what happens. Let's say x is not 16, x is equal to 17. If I take x equals to 17, then what happens? Y will be equal to 2nd. Official birthday should be 15 days lesser than the original birthday. So if original birthday is on 17th of August, official birthday will be on 2nd of August, which is fine. But if original birthday is on 17th, then my birthday Z should be x plus 15, right? It will become 17 plus 15. 17 plus 15 is what? It will become 32. But is it possible that the birthday of a guy is on 32nd of the month? No. Maximum we have 31 days in a month, so 32 is not possible. So the only possible value which satisfies the given data is, is x equals to 16, y equals to 1, and z equals to 32. So I can conclude that by combining both the statements together, we can answer the question. The question was, in which date is my birthday? My birthday is on 31st of August. My birthday is on 31st of August. And hence we say option 5, that data in both the statements 1 and 2 together are necessary to answer the question. Alright, data in both the statements together are necessary to answer the question. So, very important point or takeaway from this is, just don't look at the number of equations and variables and come to a conclusion. Right? Usually we say that when there are only 2 equations with 3 variables. What are the 3 variables here? X, Y, and Z. And there are only 2 equations. So usually we may say that it cannot be solved. 2 equations with 3 variables cannot be solved. But there's a hidden equation given here. The hidden equation is that X, Y, and Z, all 3 will belong from, in the range of 1 to 31. And you have to distribute them on over 1 to 31, right? 1 to 31. So there's only one possible solution for the given 2 equations. Now, quickly tell me if you have understood this, if there's any confusion or clarification that you need before we move to the next one. We're already at 6:40. I don't think we have enough time to solve too many questions, but we'll take up something from blood relations today, right? Let's see. Okay, Bala has raised a query here. Bala says Z may not be in August. How do we know that, right? How do we know that Z may not be in August? I thought I had highlighted that point. If you look at statement 1, what did statement 1 say there? I celebrate my birthday after 15 days of my sister's original birthday in the month of August. I celebrate my birthday in the month of August. So it's very clearly given that Z has to be in August. I know the confusion is that, this minus 15 plus 15 may lead to next month. Like for example, when we get 32, 32 means what? 32 days are not there in August, but 32 may mean 1st of September, right? What comes after August? August, September, right? 1st of September. Let's say you get 37, Z equals to 37. So 37 may mean, if you take out 31 days of August, the remaining 6, it will be plus 6, 31 plus 6, right? If you break it up, 37 has 31 plus 6. So what happens? That 6 would mean 6th of September. So it's possible, we could say that answer cannot be determined if he had not mentioned that my birthday is in August. In the first statement, very clearly it has been given that I celebrate my birthday in the month of August, and my birthday is 15 days after my sister's original birthday. Right? So that point leads us to the correct solution, which is, whatever you want. My birthday is on the 31st of August. Alright? Can we move to the next one? Yeah, looks like all of you have followed this. So without wasting any more time, let me quickly present the next question to you. Here we go. So you're able to see the live stream without any difficulty. Here's the next question. Now this is from blood relations, right? The question here belongs to blood relations. A regular question type from blood relations, but I'm sure if you use a smart method, you will be able to eliminate the options very easily. So look at the directions. It says read the following information carefully to answer the following questions. So there's some information given to us, right? P hash Q means P is the daughter of Q. P copyright Q means Q is the brother of P. P equals to Q means Q is the sister of P, and so on. And then the question is, which of the following indicates that A is the paternal uncle of S? A is the paternal uncle of S. I think this is actually a 3 marks question. There were 3 questions along with this data here. So this is the first question. Second question is this one. What does the expression mean? And the third question is this one. Which of the following indicates that M is the daughter of S? So we'll solve question by question. Try the first one now. Right? Try the first question. After that, we'll take the remaining. So the question here says, which of the following indicates that A is the paternal uncle of S? I hope you understand what is meant by paternal uncle, right? Uncle all of us know. Uncle is your parent's brother, right? Your parent's brother, either your father's brother or mother's brother. Paternal uncle would mean your father's brother, right? All the paternal relationships are on your father's side. Paternal uncle is father's brother, maternal uncle would mean mother's brother. So which of the following indicates that? Indicates that A is the paternal uncle of S. You have 1 minute for this. Your time starts now. I can see that Spagato has mentioned or asked me to take up questions from syllogism, but looks unlikely that I'll be able to do anything more than these 3 questions in blood relations in today's session. But when we meet next week or next time for reasoning session, we will take up something on syllogism. We had already done that in one of our earlier sessions, Spagato. So you know that we do these free live sessions every Wednesday at 6 p.m., right? And we have been focusing on the SBI PO exam over the last few sessions, and we will continue to do so till the exam is over. So when we meet next in reasoning ability discussion, we will take up syllogisms. Okay, the only 2 responses that I've got are from Bhakti and Saurabh, and the answers are not matching. Bhakti has got option 4, while Saurabh says it should be option 2. 15 more seconds and then we'll take it up. I was expecting a lot more responses by now, but let's wait. I know why is it taking so much of time, and after I explain the smart method, you will realize that you could have actually saved a lot of time by not doing what you're trying to do now. All of you are doing some family tree drama, I'm sure. But smart students don't really do that. Answers? Why is that nobody is responding? Only the 2 responses that we got. Okay, coming in now. Prince has got 3. Vidyasri has got something. Ankita has got 5. Girish has got 3. Jay has got 3, right? Subhash has got 1. So it's like you've given him all the possible answers, right? 3, 5, 1, except 2 and 4. Bharadwaj has got 3, Bala has got 3. So most of you have got option 3, but then there are others who have got 1, 5, etc. Okay. Time now to take this up. So let's discuss. Here we go. Directions given here says that read the following information carefully to answer the following questions. So there are some symbols used here, and these symbols have been explained, right? Look at this. P hash Q means P is the daughter of Q. P copyright Q means Q is the brother of P. Right? Be careful. In the first point, he's talking about hashtag, right? So P hash Q means P is the daughter of Q, from P to Q. But in second one, if you see P copyright Q means Q is the brother of P. Q is the brother of P. And remember, Q is the brother of P does not necessarily mean that P is also the brother of Q. Right? Q is the brother of P. P can be brother or sister of Q. Right? This is something very important, right? I mean, many of us fail to observe this and end up giving wrong answers. Like for example, when we say A is the father of M or A is the father of B, the immediate reaction from some students is that B is the son of A. If A is the father of B, implies B is the son of A, which is wrong. How do you come to this conclusion? A is the father of B, but the definite conclusion here is B is the child of A. B is the child of A. B can be son or can also be daughter. Both are possible. Right? So be careful, right? Don't just take it for granted that if Q is the brother of P, then P is the brother of Q. P can be brother of Q or sister of Q. Anyway, look at the next point. P equal to Q means Q is the sister of P. So same again. Q is the sister of P. Does not mean that P is also the sister of Q. P can be sister or brother. Then P ampersand Q means P is the son of Q. So P is the son of Q means Q is the parent of P. Q can be mother or father. Then P star Q means P is the father of Q. Right? P at the rate Q means P is the mother of Q. So 6 symbols and their meanings given to us. Now look at the first question here. It says, which of the following indicates that A is the paternal uncle of S? Which of the following indicates that A is the paternal uncle of S? So we have to find out in which of these equations. You see, equations have been given to us. So we have to find out in which of these equations do we find that A is the paternal uncle of S. Now the most commonly used method to solve these type of questions from blood relations. This is actually model 2 from blood relations. I mean, if you have gone through the blood relations video by TalentSprint, you will see that there are usually 3 models, model 1, model 2 and model 3. This is from model 2. So the most commonly used method is to draw a family tree, which in my view is a waste of time, right? Waste of time for such questions, right? The smarter approach, see what do you mean by family tree? You will draw the family tree for each of these equations given here, right? Option 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and check which family tree is giving you this relationship. A is the paternal uncle of S. But that's a time consuming process. What do smart students do? Smart students will follow this method, right? What I call as the gender and generation gap method. Gender and the generation gap method. Again, this has been explained in detail in our blood relations video, model 2 of blood relations. You can refer to that, right? Model 2 of blood relations. What is this method? Gender and generation gap. But let me quickly, help you solve this question using that method. Now you understand the terms clearly, right? Gender is known to you, right? Gender is like either male or female, right? Male or female gender. And then generation gap, right? Now what is this generation gap all about? Like for example, if I say, I mean, just to help you quickly understand this, let's say A is the father of B. A is the father of B. Irrespective of what is the age difference, A is the father of B would mean that the generation gap is 1. Generation gap is 1 from A to B, right? A is 1 generation above B, right? A is the father of B. So basically your father, your mother, your uncle, your aunt, all are 1 generation above you, right? I mean, they are in the higher generation. So the generation gap between A and B is 1, I would say. Generation gap between A and B is 1. Similarly, so father would mean 1. Similarly, let's say if we say, A is the mother of B, father or mother, generation gap is 1. Father, mother, uncle, aunt, all would lead to 1 generation gap, right? Father, mother, uncle, aunt, all these, or for that matter, father-in-law, mother-in-law, all these would result in a generation gap of 1. Similarly, if I say A is the husband of B, let's say. What's the generation gap? Again, don't go by age. A may be 60 years old, B may be only 18 years, husband and wife, but generation gap is considered to be 0 between husband and wife, right? A is the husband of B. Generation gap should be taken as 0. Don't go by the age. That A may be old fellow and B is very young, let's say. The wife is very young, but then generation gap is 0. Now, what else can be replaced by husband here? I mean, like A is the husband of B, A is the wife of B, brother of B, sister of B, right? Siblings, cousins, brother-in-law, sister-in-law. All these would mean generation gap is 0. right? Similarly, A is the grandfather of B. Now, grandfather would mean generation gap is 2. Grandfather means generation gap is 2. And let's say if I say A is the son of B, then what happens? A is the son of B. A is the son of B. A is the son of B would mean that generation gap, again 1. See, A is the father of B, generation gap is 1. A is the son of B also, generation gap is 1. But when you are solving the question, you have to take care of the sign as well. Not just the value, but also the sign. So here, for son and daughter-in-law and son-in-law, we take -1. Because you are going in the reverse direction. See, A is the father of B. You are coming from top to bottom. Father to the son. I mean, father to the child, right? So generation gap is 1. I mean, when you are in the same generation, no problem. Plus or minus 0 makes no difference. But when you say A is the son of B, let's take it as -1. So basically, the convention that I want all of you to follow is for father, mother, uncle, aunt, father-in-law, mother-in-law, always take generation gap as 1. Grandfather, grandmother, granduncle, grandaunt, grandmother-in-law, all that you take 2. Husband, wife, sister, brother, take the generation gap as 0. Son, daughter, son-in-law, daughter-in-law, take the generation gap as -1. Right? I mean, as such, it is 1 only. The gap is 1, but you have to consider the direction also, right? So from father to son or from son to father. From father to son, the generation gap is 1. From son to father, the generation gap is taken as -1. Now, how will this help us in solving the questions? Again, detailed explanation is there in the video, but let's try this now. Now, he says, which of the following indicates that A is the paternal uncle of S? Now, just look at this relationship. Focus on this relationship. We want A to be the paternal uncle of S. A to be the paternal uncle of S. Now, first point is gender. Whose gender is known to us here? A is the paternal uncle of S. Clearly, A's gender is known to us. A is a male person, right? Let's say we use plus to indicate that. I mean, this symbol to indicate that. So, very clearly, A should be a male person. Because A is the paternal uncle, right? Uncle has to be male. I mean, uncle means that he is a male person. Paternal or maternal, gender is male only. A is the paternal uncle of S. So gender is known to us now. A's gender is known to us. Do we know S gender? No, S gender is not known to us. S can be nephew or niece, both are possible. So the gender of S is not known, but gender of A is definitely known to us. The other thing that we can find out is the generation gap. Tell me what is the generation gap from A to S? Paternal uncle. I told you for father, mother, uncle, aunt, always we take generation gap as 1. So I know that between A and S, the generation gap should be 1. A should be male, is definitely known to us. That's definite. And between A and S, the generation gap has to be 1. From A to S, the generation gap has to be 1. From S to A, generation gap would be -1. Remember, A is a paternal uncle of S, would mean S is the nephew or niece of A. Which means from S to A, it should be taken as -1. When you reverse the relationship, it becomes minus. It becomes negative basically. That's it. If you check these two from the options, you will be able to eliminate options very easily. The point I'm trying to make here is that you don't have to draw family tree for every option. I'm not saying that family tree is not needed at all. Family tree is required. But do we need to draw family tree for all the options? No. I will draw the family tree only for those options where these two conditions are satisfied. Which two conditions? The gender and the generation gap conditions. So let's try with option 1. Option 1. Look at this. What does it say? A ampersand M. What is the meaning of ampersand? A ampersand M means A is the son of, see, ampersand means what? Son. And look at the direction also, right? P to Q. P is the son of Q. So A ampersand M means what? A is the son of M. A is the son of M. If A is son, definitely A is a male person. So gender is satisfied. A is, we want plus, right? So A is a male person. So that point is satisfied. The gender point is satisfied. Now look at the generation gap. How do you check the generation gap? Very easy. Just look at the symbols and put the gap. Like ampersand. Ampersand means what? Son. So this is -1. Ampersand is -1. You able to follow? Hash. Hash is what? Daughter. Daughter also means -1. Right? I think it is getting a little clumsy. I'll rewrite the option 1 and explain it to you. Right? I'm doing option 1 here. A ampersand M hash P @K copyright S. So A is a male person, we have established already. Now just replace the symbol with the generation gap. Ampersand is son, so -1. Hash is daughter, again -1. @ is what? Mother. Mother should be taken as, okay, again be careful. Also check if you are following the right direction, right? P ampersand Q means P is the son of Q. So A is the son of N. A is the son of N, -1. Hash means what? P hash Q means P is the daughter of Q. M is the daughter of Q. And M is the daughter of P. M is the daughter of P means -1. P @K. Is what? P @K means P @K means P is the mother of Q. P @Q means P is the mother of Q. P @K here would mean P is the mother of K. Mother is one generation here, right? You should take it as one. Now K copyright is. K copyright is. See, copyright means what? Brother. Now, irrespective of whether it is K is brother of S or S brother of K, the generation gap will be 0, right? Now, if you see, what is the overall generation gap? The total generation gap, -1, -1, +1, 0. So, if we try to see, -1 and +1 gets cancelled, and overall it adds up to what? It adds up to -1. So, we know that between A and S, from A to S, the overall generation gap is -1. And that's what we're trying to look at. From A to S, we want the generation gap to be +1. What is it here? -1. So, it indicates that A is one generation below S. In this case, A is one generation below S, but we want A to be one generation above S. So, is this option correct? No, it cannot be the correct answer. Option cannot be the correct answer. You remember the option, although it satisfies the gender, it does not satisfy the generation gap criteria. Option is eliminated. See, explanation has taken so much time, but don't go by the length of the explanation, right? When you solve it yourself, you will do it really quick, right? You don't have to, talk so much. So option 1 is eliminated. Similarly, let's quickly verify the remaining options and get the answer. Okay? And I'm not going to rewrite the options now. I'll just do it here itself in the place of options. Now, A ampersand M. Again, ampersand would mean son, so A is male, so that condition is satisfied. Okay? Ampersand is what? A is the son of M, right? So -1. Ampersand again is -1. At the rate means what? P is the mother of Q. So K is the mother of P. And copyright. What is copyright? Copyright means brother, so 0. Again, if you see overall generation gap is what? -1, +1, 0. Overall it will be -1. Do we want -1? No, we want +1, right? We want +1. Option 2 also there. Now check option 3. Let me just clear it up so that it doesn't look clumsy. Check option 3. Check option 3. Remember, we'll draw the family tree only for that option where the conditions are satisfied. Now option 3. Be careful. What do you have to find out? A is the paternal uncle of S. In option 3, it says S ampersand K ampersand P at the rate M, copyright K. Now, one point to be noted here is that do we know A's gender here? Do we know A's gender? Like for example, M copyright Q. M copyright A means what? M copyright A. See, copyright means what? P copyright Q means Q is the brother of P. Q is the brother of P. Q is the brother of P. So M copyright A means A is the brother of M. A is the brother of M, which means A is the male person. Are you able to follow? M copyright A would means A is the brother of M. If A is the brother of M, A is the male person. Now I would like to draw your attention to one point here, right? Sometimes, for example, let's assume that the actual meaning of copyright is this. Instead of saying Q is the brother of P, it is given as P is the brother of Q. For example, let's assume P is the brother of Q. P is the brother of Q. In that case, what would happen? Look at this. Relook at this. Option 3. Try to first find out the gender of A. That's as simple as that. So when you look at gender of A, what happens? M copyright A. M copyright A would be known as P copyright Q is P is the brother of Q. Here M is the brother of Q. M is the brother of A. So M is the male person. M is the brother of A means M is a male person. How about the gender of A? The gender of A is not known to us. A can be the brother of M or can be the sister of M. Both are possible. You're able to follow. If I just reverse this, the original definition of copyright, P copyright Q is the brother of P. But I'm reversing it for the sake of this explanation, right? P is the brother of Q. P copyright Q means P is the brother of Q. So here it would mean M is the brother of A. If M is the brother of A, M's gender is definitely male. But what about A gender is not known to us. A can be the sister of M or can be the brother of M. And when we are not able to find out the gender of M, do we need to draw the family tree for this one? No. In that case, we need not draw the family tree for this one. I can directly eliminate option 3. Because A's gender is not known to us. Unless you know the gender, how would you establish that A is the paternal uncle? A can be the paternal uncle or A can be paternal aunt. You're able to follow? So be careful. I mean, always verify the gender first. Easy to verify the gender. Of course, in this case, we cannot eliminate option 3 because, I showed you a special case, but according to what is given in the equation here, M copyright A would mean A is the brother of M and A is a male person. So gender is anyway established. Gender is correct. Now look at the generation gap. S ampersand K. Ampersand is son -1. Again -1. At the rate. By the way, at the rate is what? At the rate would mean mother 1. And copyright would mean 0. Overall, if you see, what's the generation gap here? -1, +1, 0. So -1 and +1 gets cancelled. We will be left with 1. Overall generation gap would be 1. Overall generation gap will be -1. Overall generation gap will be -1. Now, do we eliminate this answer? Do we eliminate option 3? Well, some of you may eliminate option 3 immediately, but you would be wrong in that case. Now you might be wondering what is happening. Earlier, whenever we got -1, we get eliminated, but we are not eliminating it now. Why is that so? Be careful. This is a very tricky question. In option 3, if you observe, we have established that the generation gap is -1 from S to A. Be careful. In option 1, it was A to S -1, so eliminated. In option 2, also it was A to S -1, so eliminated. Because from A to S, according to the question, we want 1. In option 3, it is -1, but from S to A, it is -1. From S to A, if it is -1, from A to S, it would become +1. Yes or no? If S to A is -1, A to S would be +1. So this actually satisfies the generation gap as well. Option 3 satisfies both gender and the generation gap condition. And that means option 3 may be the answer. Again, we cannot conclude that option 3 is correct. You have to draw the family tree quickly and verify. You're able to follow? So I think a lot of complexities are involved in this particular question. Usually, if it is all simple, let's say, like instead of giving Q is the brother of P, it is given P is the brother of Q, P is the sister of Q, and so on. And options are not so tricky. We can very easily eliminate 2, 3 or 4 of the options and quickly get the answer. But in this case, yeah, because it is reversed, I need to explain a little more. Right? So option 3 satisfies the conditions. I repeat, option 3 satisfies both the conditions, the generation gap condition. Now, very quickly draw the family tree only for this one. Just draw the family tree for this one, right? So I'll draw that quickly. Let's see what happens. S ampersand K. Ampersand means what? S is the son of K. S is the son of K. So S is the son of K. Then K ampersand P will mean K is the son of P. K is the son of P, right? S is the son of K. K is the son of P. Then P at the rate M. P at the rate M means what? P is the mother of M. P is the mother of M. See, we already know that K is the son of P. Now we know P is the mother of M. So P is female. And since P is the mother of M, I can say K and M are siblings. K and M are siblings. And the last part says M copyright A. M copyright A would mean what? M copyright A means A is the brother of M. See, P copyright Q means Q is the brother of P. So M copyright A would mean A is the brother of M. A is the brother of M means what? A is the brother of M. M's gender is not known to us. However, if you observe, we kind of come to a conclusion now. Now try to establish a relationship between S to A. What happens? S father is K, father's brother is A. So S's father's brother, your father's brother is your paternal uncle. Yes or no? So can we say A is the paternal uncle of S? Yes. A is the paternal uncle of S. See, S's father is K and father's brother is A. So S's paternal uncle is A. A is the paternal uncle of S. So option 3 will be the final answer. Of course, drawing family tree and all that is known to all of us, so I don't have to explain much about that. But this concept of gender and generation gap is very, very important. I hope all of you have followed it. Remember, do not go by the length of the explanation or all that I have written on the screen. This was just for the sake of your clear understanding, right? When you do it yourself, you don't have to write anything on paper. You just focus on gender, generation gap, and try to eliminate the wrong answers. Okay? I hope all of you have followed that. That seemed like a little complex for a beginner, but I'm sure if you go through the blood relations concept and then follow this video, you'll be able to understand this very clearly. So I think it's important you know all these techniques and smart methods so that you save your precious time in the exam, right? If one does not know about this, he will end up drawing the family tree for option 1 and option 2. And drawing family tree for option 1 itself would take 30 seconds. Option 2 would take another 30 seconds. Or even if you try to do it a little faster, it will take about 15-20 seconds. Which is a waste of time, right? I mean, very clearly, checking gender and generation gap would take, hardly any time in comparison with drawing a family tree. Okay, so you eliminate 2 options means you save at least 25-30 seconds, which is very, very valuable in the exam. Okay, so that's about it. I think I wish I could solve more questions, but time is up. We are already late by 10 minutes, so I would like to close it here. But like I mentioned, you don't have to wait for the next session if you want to learn and get fully ready for your SBI PO preliminary examination, right? The TalentSprint online program has got all the learning tools which can help you get ready for SBI PO 2017, and it gives you the complete flexibility to learn at your own time, place, and pace. Okay, videos are available, ebooks are there, practice tests are there, all your mock exams are there, and we'll have 3 live doubts clarification sessions every week like these, where you can get your doubts clarified. Of course, not everybody is out there. Only those who have enrolled for the program can join those 3 sessions on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays to get their questions answered. So I think with all these bells and whistles, this probably would be the best companion for your preparation of bank and SSC exams. However, the call is yours. All I'm trying to say is it's high time that you get fully geared up for your SBI exam, right? If you delay or try to behave lethargic anymore, you will lose in this race for your SBI job. Okay, so whichever program you enroll for, wherever you enroll yourself, make sure that you give your most, practice as much as you can, because the more you practice, the easier it gets. On that note, I would like to close it here. Thank you all for joining us in this session. Before I leave you, one important note that the team TalentSprint will be in the city of Vizag tomorrow to conduct a seminar on your banking career. So if at all you are from Vizag, or if you know friends and relatives who are from Vizag, I mean, people preparing for bank and SSC exams, please let them know about it, and they can join us in this seminar to be held tomorrow at 10 a.m. in Vizag, right? 30th March, 10 a.m. in Vizag. The venue details and all are available in our YouTube channel and on our Facebook page. So just go through that and do join us with your friends in the seminar tomorrow. I'll love to see you all there. Okay. Thank you so much for participating in the session. I'll see you in the next session. Until then, keep practicing and take very good care of yourselves. Bye.